Hi guys, this is your streamer Carlos. On today's video I'm going to give you my review of episode 3 of season 1 of The Big Bang Theory. The Azeroth vortex and the floating olive loop. So here we go guys. I love this episode. It's my third favorite episode of season 1 of The Big Bang Theory. It's in my top 3. It's my third one, and here's why. Because it's for the first, I believe it's a three-sided episode. So here we go with the first side. Now, the first side involves Leonard, Howard, Raj, and Sheldon. They're playing the episode starts with all four of them playing. They're playing a computer fantasy game called the Quest for Azeroth. And the guys have been playing 96 hours, basically 96 hours, approximately about 4 days, excluding the hours when they have to go to work at Caltech. But they have reached the gates of Elzebub, where the ultimate goal, or where they have ultimately reached the gates of Elzebub, which contains, by entering the gates of Elzebub, contains the sword of Azeroth, which gives the retrievers of the sword of Azeroth magical and ultimate magical powers. So Raj starts with but guarding the sword of Azeroth are a bunch of a horde of goblins. So Raj blows up the gates with one of his spells from his avatar character, by pressing Shift and Control, and of course Shift Control B, and chaos ensues inside the game of the Quest for Azeroth. The Quest of Azeroth. Guys, please check me on that. Because again, I'm not sure. In the episode, they don't necessarily give the name of the computer game that the guys are playing, but I know it's for in the level that they're playing. The 96 hours have led the guys and their avatars to the location, the magical location of the Sword of Azeroth. But anyway, chaos ensues when Raj blows up the gates to the gates of Elzebub, and of course the horde of thousands and thousands of goblins just jump or drop kick the guys, but Rod, Howard, and Leonard fight them off. But they also have Sheldon, whose character Avatar is an elf. But to be more specific regarding Sheldon, he's a rogue night elf. So what does Sheldon's elf avatar do? He abandons Leonard, Howard, and Raj to be surrounded by this horde of goblin divers. And of course Sheldon, being the arrogant that he is, the Lord of Arrogancy, the nerdy Emperor of nerdy arrogancy. The dude teleports himself and gets the sword of Azeroth. Without the support of Leonard, Howard, and Raj, and he's trying to sell the sword of Azeroth on something called, if you remember, and it's still very popular, eBay. On the eBay store. But then all of a sudden someone clicks buy it now, and it's none other than Howard himself. So Howard buys the sword of Azeroth. So that's how this begins. So that's the first part. So that's the first side of this episode. And now to conclude this first side of this episode, Leonard and Howard and Rod are very upset with Sheldon, because he left them like Kim Kardashian gets divorced after about 3 days of getting married with her new husband. Ha! And of course Sheldon offers them to play another game called something along the lines of the game of life, but it's not the game of life. It's similar to the game of life, but it's a computer game, and of course Leonard and the guys, Rod and Howard, say no. Then now to the second side of this episode. And then all of a sudden the guys hear Penny's popcorning laugh, and so So Leonard goes outside, but first he he but first he grabs he grabs Penny's mail, which he which which Sheldon gives him the idea to grab Penny's mail for, so he could have a blanket a blanket of an excuse to go and say hi and talk to her. So Leonard does that, and of course Penny says hi to Leonard when he comes out of his apartment, and then but Penny's not alone. She's with her new boy toy, with her new boy toy, and his name is Doug. So what does Doug do? He says, hi, bro, bro. And of course, Leonard sees, when he sees Penny at first, she's kissing Doug. She's kissing Doug. And after giving Penny her mail, Penny says, I should have a discussion with our male man or male woman, because this has gone for a few weeks. This has been happening for a few weeks. She's been, some reason, when I'm getting my mail, I'm not getting my mail. Every time for the past few weeks, she's giving you my mail to you, Leonard. And of course, Leonard being also being a little bit mischievous, says, Penny, I wouldn't recommend that, because the mailman or male woman, both mailman and woman can basically get angry at you get angry at a complaint by you or by anyone, and throw a big bowl of angry tomato soup at you, and I wouldn't want that for you. So, and then, so after telling that to Penny says, okay, and then she invites Doug. She invites Doug to her apartment. She opens the door to her apartment, and then she closes the door. Meanwhile, for Leonard, he comes into the apartment, comes into the door, and Leonard, the guy, Sheldon, Raj, and Howard are playing the wonderful game of Jenga. Because the internet or the Wi-Fi has hit a rock has hit the Wi-Fi bottom, meaning the Wi-Fi has been down for 30 minutes. Which guys, I consider myself similar to the guys in that way because and my mom and dad have been telling me this, and this is the honest truth. I'm not throwing you I'm not pouring you a bowl of lying spicy beer cheese soup. Every time the Wi-Fi goes down, I freak out because without Wi-Fi I wouldn't be able to do my video. I wouldn't be able to upload or do my videos before uploading them to you. So I get that point. I get where Sheldon, Raj and Howard why are they play a game like Jenga, and of course the guys see Leonard kind of down that his Kryptonian heart kind of down, almost to the point of broken heart, and then they ask, why are you so filled with kryptonite, meaning why are you so down? And of course Leonard explains to them that Penny has a new boy toy named Doug, and he's totally a total Bruce Wayne. Then Howard says because he's a better looking Bruce Wayne than you, Leonard. And of course Leonard says subtextually, shut up, Howard. And then Howard, being the romantic that he is of the group, he says he asks Leonard, how was the kiss? How was Penny's kiss towards Doug? French cheek, passionate. You passionate, French, Italian, Guatemalan, spicy. Then Leonard says. Then Leonard says, what in the force is wrong with you? And of course Howard says, I'm a romantic. Now, before this before this exchange, the guys offer an alternative an alternative an alternative distraction for Leonard to get his mind off of Penny. To find a a beautiful, pretty girl at Caltech. And then one of the names that came up by Leonard was Olivia Geiger. Olivia Geiger is a laboratory technician, I believe, that has that works in the cafeteria at the university, who's pretty even though we don't see her face, but she's highly mentioned, but she has a jumpy eye, meaning a lazy eye. And of course, Sheldon says, after Leonard says the Olivia Geiger option, he says, I don't think you have a Jedi chance with her. And then the next day, after work, Leonard brings home a scratching post for and other things, other scratching post related, and 9 lives related, meaning cat related, and of course, and he's hearing two heartbreaking romantic ballads, and of course, Sheldon has seen Leonard act this way before. But before Leonard bought these 9 life related items, he went in search for his alternative penny. And he found it with Leslie Winkle, who's also a scientist, but who is also a smart, a super smart nerdy girl, but she works at a different department. So Leonard goes into Leslie's office, where we see Leslie, played by the great Sarah Gilbert, who by the way is a part of the Connors, previously before the Connors, she was a part of the blue collar sitcom known as Roseanne that also started Johnny Galecki as a boyfriend in that comedy series, also known as Leonard. So yes, so Leslie Winkle and Leonard Hofstadter have met and have been yes, they dated before this. They dated before this in a different timeline. But anyway, now going back to the going back into the episode. Leonard sees Leslie trying to heat up a cup of ramen noodles with a red heated laser. So after Leslie heats up her ramen cup of ramen, Leslie says, "Hi Leonard. Hey Leonard, what are you doing here?" And then Leonard says, "I'm here to propose a study, or to propose an experiment. A social elegant twofer, or a social times 2 event that leads to a cinematic and scarfing and pouring and laughing conclusion." And then Leslie says to Leonard, "Are you asking me out on a date?" And then Leonard says, Let's stop with the terminology. Let's stop fencing with the terminology. Yes, I'm asking you out. Then Leslie says, What are the dating grounds? What are the rules for this experiment?" And then Leonard says, "Well, I would have to take, obviously, dinner, a fancy dinner, a semi-fancy dinner, ending with a cinematic viewing of a picture featuring the talents of Sandy Bullock and of course a cup of handsome tea from Hugh Grant, and maybe a passionate ending, meaning kiss. Then Leslie says, why don't we skip backflip that hurdle and we do the kissing now. and Leonard agrees, doing the backflip, doing the backflip and backflipping the hurdle, and doing the kissing the first. And the rules of the kiss are close mouth, and of course on the lips, a degree of passion, and a lower degree of passion, and we will go from there. So they kiss, and the kiss was pretty good, according to Leslie. The kiss was pretty good. The kiss was pretty good. No mouth sprite. Mouth sprite meaning spit. No leftover sprite meaning spit. But for Leslie, she didn't feel any fireworks, and of course this left Leonard very upset, very Darth Maul, Darth Maulic, meaning very down. So then in a moment of epic friendship and slash a hint and a unusual love factor from Sheldon. Sheldon says to Leonard, you can't say that Penny rejected you when you haven't asked her out yet. Therefore, you can't be pre-rejected. Yes. And yes, Leonard, Penny might reject you, but you have a chance. You might have a chance for her to say yes to your question of asking her out. To your question of asking her out, like the Undertaker has. The Undertaker has a small chance of being the worst wrestler ever, which he isn't, of the WWE. So go for it. So after hearing that unusual romantic advice from Sheldon, Leonard puts on his flash running tennis shoes, and he runs he walks slash runs very fast across the hall and knocks on Penny's door and says, Penny, I would like. Would you like to go? Would you like to have supper? Would you like to have dinner with me? And of course, Penny says, sure with you, sure, but sure, of course, yes, with you, Leonard, Ron, Howard, and of course Sheldon, and Leonard is like, what? They might be there. They might be there at dinner time with us. But I have to warn you. But I have to say that Sheldon had a meatball carbonara or chicken carbonara meatball sandwich from Quiznos. So he might be he might be full. He might be full to eat dinner with us, and sometimes when after eating a meatball sub from Quiznos slash Subway, sometimes he doesn't get full, but it depends on the awesome menu items that Subway slash Quiznos have for that day. And of course, Penny says, sure, what time? And Leonard says, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, and of course, Leonard says, great, are you sure? Are you sure that you're okay with 6 o'clock? And Penny says, yes. Then Leonard says, I'll type it on my iPad. I'll type or I'll vocally write it to write the time. Right, dinner with Penny at 6 o'clock. Then Leonard came back into the apartment, and then Leonard came back in. Then later that same night, Leonard was a little bit. Leonard was nerding out of the date. First of all, because he was Splash Mountain. He was Splash Mountain, meaning that he was sweating buckets of sweat. He looked like a one nerd version of Splash Mountain. And to make it worse, to make his nerd out worse, he started to have a Panic of the Disco panic attack, not the type of Panic of the Disco panic attack which Panic of the Disco gives you normally, which makes you which makes you just jump for joy for the music Panic of the Disco, but this was actually a Panic of the Disco that is actually a panic attack. So Leonard said to Sheldon, "I'm having a Panic of the Disco panic attack, Panic of the Disco panic attack." And of course, Sheldon was like, "Okay, calm down, chill out." Or, sorry, Hoth out. And of course, Leonard was like, "No, I can't. Maybe I should cancel. Maybe I should cancel the dinner with Penny." And then of course Sheldon was like, "Well, you have about approximately 2 hours to draw your splash mountain, the splash mountain, that splash mountain smell out of you and from your shirt." And of course Leonard was still panicking, and he said if somehow if Penny comes in and asks why are you not coming with us to eat dinner, just say that you are too stuffed up. You're stuffed with a chicken meatball carbonara sub from Quiznos. And then Sheldon says to Leonard, why would I go with you? And then Leonard says, stop throwing laser questions at me. Then Sheldon says, your dinner date might go well. Who knows? You might end up in the beautiful planet of pennies too far. Pennies too far. Meaning that you might end up with Penny in Penny's Stafar. Meaning, guys, if you know what I mean by that, using Star Wars terms, or it could go the other way. She might end up choking you. She might end up choking you with her popcorning force, which ends up with the both of you passing passing each other, passing each other, passing each other, passing each other across the hall with Death Star silence. Or there might be, or she might end up drinking a lot of tauntaun, milk, a lot of Tatooine blue milk, and she might get bluey. She might get very blue, very drunken blue, very drunken blue by the Tatooine blue milk. So off Leonard went with Penny to dinner. And of course, it was awkward silence. It was silence at first, but then Penny was like, so what's new? What is the new F1? What is the new Ferrari in physics? And Leonard said, well, Penny, there's nothing new about physics. There's no new Ferrari of physics, meaning there's nothing new about physics. Then Leonard said, what is new? What is the new cheesy wave at the Cheesecake Factory? At the Cheesecake Factory. And then Penny said, well, there's nothing new and cheesy at the Cheesecake Factory, but we have a new awesome key lime pie that is being crushed by our customers. Then Leonard says, what about your new boy toy, Doug? What happened with the both of you? What happened between you two? Well, Penny says, well, things with Doug didn't end up in a romantic soup as I thought. And then Leonard said, why did you go out with them? I don't know. I don't know, Penny said. I don't know. You just don't. The guys that I usually go out with are just dumb and very un-Lincoln like, meaning Lincoln, Nebraska. That I go for them, and that causes me after ending the date or ending our Jedi Council romance meeting. It leaves me with Yoda tears, and Yoda Yoda unskinning, meaning meaning emotional chafing, and with 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 the idea that I need to stop my super Jedi super Jedi Knight romantic evenings. And then it says, what do you mean by that? Do you mean that do you mean that in a do you mean in a Tatooine summer month summer months break, or do you mean in a on a cold Hoth eating ice cream from the mountains of Hoth kind of cold day? And Penny says, in a Hoth cold eating ice cream day. Then Leonard sees an olive and says to Penny, see this glass with the olive with an olive inside the glass. Well, I'm gonna shape the glass and make the green olive float without touching the glass. Without touching the bottom of the glass. So Leonard does that, and of course Penny's very impressed, very impressed. But then, in a nerdy twist of fate, the olive falls on the ground underneath the table, and then Leonard goes underneath the table and picks and tries to pick up the olive, but he hits his head underneath the table, and says to Penny, and then Penny says, "Are you okay?" And then Leonard says, "Yes." Then Leonard says to Penny, Did he drop Han Solo hot sauce?" And then Penny says, No. And Leonard says, "I'm not okay." Then we see Penny and Leonard coming back from their date, and then Penny says, "Are you sure that we shouldn't have gone to? Are you sure that I shouldn't have dropped you off, or that we should have gone to a hospital for you might have a blasting concussion?" Then Leonard says, "No, don't worry about it. I'm okay." Sorry, Penny, I'm sorry that I threw gravity chunks all over your car, and that poor guy on the bike, meaning that Leonard Leonard threw up or puked. And then Penny said okay. Then Leonard said Leonard said thank you thank you for a wonderful dinner. And then Penny before getting into her apartment said asked Leonard, was this supposed to be a date? Then Leonard said, no. When I ask a girl out on a out on a beautiful galactic date, they know. Then they know. And then Penny was like, okay. And then Leonard was like, why? You thought this was a date? No. You know what, Penny? I think I should maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I think I should lay down and rest to recuperate from this Death Star hot sauce of maybe a concussion. Then Leonard came into the apartment, and then Sheldon, Rod, and Howard were playing the quest for Azeroth. I don't know. Then Leonard said, "How did your dinner date go, Leonard?" And then Leonard said, "Awesome. Super Java hot. Awesome." Then Sheldon, to finish off this wonderful third episode, said to Rod and Howard, score a goal for Tatooine Blue Milk. And that's how guys, this wonderful third episode of season one of the Big Bang Theory ends. And now, with that being said, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like and let me know in the comments, if you want to, if you have ever seen, or if you have ever bled out on a date with your significant other. And did you have a panic of the disco attack, just like Leonard before your date? And did he try to cancel, like Leonard tried to do with the help of Sheldon? So let me know, guys. Let me know. And before I go, just to remind you that my theater family, meaning at Hendrickson, is this year's musical for us is going to be the musical Matilda, based on the movie of the same name. So I hope to see you there. I hope to see you there on the 30th of January of this next Thursday through this Saturday. I hope to see you there. If I don't see you there, guys, just please support my theater, my thespian family of Hendrickson. Thank you, and with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like, and Wakanda forever. Bye.